In the name of the most merciful, the most compassionate, we begin this tale of wonder and quiet destiny. It is told, and only the wise truly know, that in the ancient city of Basra, there lived a young mapmaker named Harun. His shop stood near the harbor. Through its open window, he could hear the ropes of ships creak in the wind, and the distant cries of sailors greeting the dawn. Harun's maps were unlike any other. His coastlines curved like poetry. His mountains rose like silent guardians. Even the smallest island carried careful detail. Sailors trusted his ink, as they trusted the northern star. And yet, Harun himself had never left Basra. Each night, after the lanterns dimmed, and the city grew quiet, he would sit by his window. He would watch the last ship disappear into darkness. And in his heart, a question stirred like a restless tide. Am I meant only to draw the world, or to walk within it? He imagined distant deserts glowing beneath twin moons. He imagined forests older than memory. He imagined seas so vast that even the sky seemed small, but imagination was all he possessed. Until one evening, as the sun melted into the horizon and the sky turned amber and violet, a veiled woman entered his shop. No bell rang. No footsteps echoed, yet suddenly she was there. Her robe shimmered faintly, like starlight on still water. "Are you Harun?" she asked softly. "Who draws lands he has never seen?" "I am," he answered, "though my feet have not followed my ink." She studied him for a long moment. Then she placed a sealed scroll upon his wooden table. "Inside," she said, "is a map not meant for every hand." Harun felt his breath grow shallow. "It leads to an island," she continued, "that appears only once every 7 years." His heart began to race. At its heart stands the tree of whispers. Whoever hears its true voice shall learn the answer to the question that rules his heart. Before he could ask another word, the lantern flickered, the air shifted, and the woman was gone. Only the sealed scroll remained. Harun stared at it, as if it might vanish too. Slowly, he broke the seal, and destiny began to unfold. The parchment shimmered faintly in his hands. At its center, a crescent-shaped island glowed in silver ink. Around it, the sea was drawn in flowing, shifting lines, as though it were alive. Beneath the island, simple words were written. "Sail when the sea reflects no stars." Harun did not sleep that night. By morning, his decision had been made. He sold his tools. He sold his furniture. He even sold the wooden sign above his door. Within days, he secured passage aboard a merchant vessel. The captain was a weathered man, with eyes like storm clouds. An island that vanishes? The captain laughed. The sea swallows many things, dreamers most of all. But Harun said nothing. Weeks passed upon open waters. The horizon stretched endlessly. The sky burned by day and glittered by night. Still, No island appeared. Then, one evening, the wind fell silent. A heavy fog rose from the depths. It swallowed the sky. It swallowed the moon. It swallowed the stars. The sea turned black, empty. Harun felt the words echo within him. When the sea reflects no stars. He stepped onto the deck. The time has come, he whispered. From the mist ahead, a faint glow appeared. At first, it seemed like moonlight trapped in fog. Then, a shape emerged, a silver crescent of land, rising slowly from darkness. The crew trembled. Some prayed. Some hid below deck. No one moved toward it. So Harun lowered a small boat into the water. Alone, he rowed toward the unknown. With every stroke, the island grew brighter, and the world he had drawn all his life began to feel very small behind him. The shore was silent. The sand beneath his feet glowed pale and cool. The air felt different here. Still listening, Harun walked toward the island's center. There, beneath a sky without stars, stood a vast and ancient tree. Its trunk shimmered like ivory. Its roots curled into the earth like sleeping serpents. Its leaves sparkled like emerald glass. And within its bark, soft golden light flowed like living fire. Harun approached slowly. The silence deepened. He placed his palm upon the trunk. And suddenly, whispers, thousands of voices, soft, layered, endless. He heard desert winds crossing forgotten kingdoms. He heard the rise and fall of empires. He heard laughter from children yet unborn. He heard sorrow. He heard triumph. He fell to his knees. Tree of whispers, he breathed. Tell me the answer to the question within my heart. The voices merged. They became one. You fear, the voice said gently, that you are meant only to draw the edges of other men's dreams. Harun's eyes closed. It was true. All my life, he whispered. I have traced the world for others. Maps are not chains, the tree replied. They are invitations. You believe you stand at the edge of the world, but you stand at its doorway. Your vision shapes the paths others dare to walk. The golden light pulsed once, then began to fade. The ground trembled softly. The island was vanishing. Harun rose quickly. The whispers softened, then disappeared, and silence returned. Harun ran toward the shore. Behind him, the tree dissolved into silver mist. He reached his boat and rowed with all his strength. The moment he climbed back onto the ship, the fog lifted. The stars returned. The sea reflected the heavens once more. The island was gone, as though it had never existed. Harun looked down at his map. The shimmering ink had faded. Only blank parchment remained. The captain approached him. Did you find your treasure? He asked. Harun smiled. Yes, he said quietly. I found what I was meant to see. When he returned to Basra, he did not reopen his old shop. Instead, he began to draw something new. Not only coasts that were known, but coasts that might be. Not only mountains that existed, but mountains waiting to rise, hidden valleys, unseen shores, kingdoms sleeping beyond imagination. And something remarkable happened. Sailors who followed his maps began discovering lands, astonishingly similar to what he had drawn. It was as though the world itself was listening. Years later, an apprentice asked him, "Master, did you truly visit an island that appears once every 7 years?" Harun's eyes reflected a memory of silver light. "The rarest islands," he said gently, "are not the ones that rise from the sea. They are the ones that rise within the heart." And it is said that on certain nights, when fog devours the sky and the stars disappear, sailors still glimpse a silver crescent upon the horizon. And if they listen carefully, they may hear a faint whisper of leaves